LTTE is not dead. So it is reincarnated, brought now it in Tamil Nadu. So what's happening?
Yeah. See, first of all, LTTE has got huge amount of funds globally. When they were active, they were collecting anywhere between 2 to 5% from the Sri Lankan Tamils and other sympathetic Tamils of monthly. When I was in Germany and Switzerland, many of them told me actually we are paying 5% up to. Not a very small sum and large. So this money is still available in certain, not with everybody obviously, and a good portion of it is in Tamil Nadu today. So they are relatively very active and currently very confused after this, Islam bombing in Sri Lanka, because the one portion of the LTTE in Sri Lanka is slowly turning into anti-Muslim. Incidentally, traditionally LTTE was never pro-Muslim. There were no big leaders in LTTE who were Muslims. They were more Christians actually, instigating them. And Muslims in Sri Lanka never considered themselves as Tamils. Primarily, even though they are Tamil, they speak Tamil only, they considered themselves as Islam. This used to be. And towards the end of the war in Sri Lanka, LTTE actually attacked Muslims. And they actually, did a good amount of killing of Muslims and other thing, because they told these Muslims are the informers for Sinhala government. Anyhow, be that as it may. In Tamil Nadu, these groups, LTTE groups are active. And openly, like Y. Gopalasamy, I told, he gave, even today he is giving speeches after getting elected to Rajya Sabha, after getting swearing by the sovereignty and integrity of the nation. In Delhi, in Tamil Nadu, he says the country will be split. And these Tamil brethren have to be, Tamil brethren are all gone. For a long time he was telling Prabhakaran is alive. And people were believing that also. That Gopalasamy is telling, one day he will come like Jesus Christ, In his case, I think 3 days it took to resurrect, right? But maybe Prabhakaran will take a couple of months to resurrect her. Anyhow, all bunk up. But he is propagating this. There are other, small parties, non-Tamilar Iyakkam. There is one group. And that is headed by one fellow called Simon. Actually, he is Simon. But he has, twisted his name as Simon. Many people think he is a Christian actually. He says that, he is in price, all his meetings, Prabhakaran photo is also kept. Very interesting. LTTE is a banned organization. There is no way in which you can actually propagate LTTE ideas and other. And there is another Thiruma, I told you, who conducted a conference on how to destroy Sanatana Dharma. He is also an ardent LTTE man. So these people still harping on how the Tamil race have been destroyed, how the Tamil race have been finished, how they are not going to allow it. I do not know how they are going to stop it or something. But the question is the funding. As long as the funding is there, this will continue. This pro-LTTE. But very interestingly, in none of the election in Tamil Nadu in the last some 10-12 years, if you see, people have been swayed by this or something. It's very good to propagate another thing, but voting has not been done on this basis. The Tamils in Sri Lanka are in grave danger, so it is more, what you may loosely call populist political, but it is also dangerous because it combines, it's a Molotov cocktail type.
Right.
It combines, the so-called race, language, and anti.
Is there an natural affinity of LTTE with Dravidianism?
LTTE was not so much enthusiastic with Dravidianism. It is the reverse. Dravidianism is, now as I am telling you, LTTE is in a crisis. That LTTE sympathizers. For instance, northern Sri Lanka, there is the town name I am not getting, Elayangudi or some name. The army was sent under the suspicion that more Islamic terrorists are hiding there. Right? Sri Lanka is on an edge now against Muslim. Let's be very clear about it. There are a lot of posters have come in Tamil asking people to boycott Muslim shops and Muslim establishment and other things. Now, when the army was sent there, there was a cry in Tamil Nadu that army should be withdrawn from that area. But TNA, which is the Tamil National Front in the Sri Lanka, which is pro-LTTE, that actually told army should stay there. So it's a very interesting developing situation. One has to study it closely. Similarly,
The LTTE versus Islam.
yes,
Tamil
Tamil versus Islam in Sri Lanka will have a slow trickle-down effect in Tamil Nadu, I am sure. For instance, one of the major priest, the Buddhist priest, fasted for the resignation of all the ministers and people in position of Muslim origin in Sri Lanka. He told they must quit because they were in some way or other indirectly helping the jihadis. One of the Tamil National, this LTTE, he also joined the fasting. So there is it's not yet visible in the sense, it's still some of the Tamil fellows are telling Muslims are our brothers and other thing. Because they feel that, the Singalas are, so okay, let me put it very crudely, who is the main enemy is the issue there now.
Yeah. Who's the bigger enemy?
Bigger enemy. Some of the Hindu groups which is working with the Tamils in Sri Lanka, they are trying to tell them, look, Singalas, whatever said and done, Buddhist is our natural ally. So there is no need for you to be concerned. And some of them are listening to it. This is what I am told. I am closely following the Sri Lankan thing because it will have a definite effect on the... So that Tamil Nadu, these fellows are like headless chicken now. They can't, talk against Muslim. At the same time, they can't be silent witness to what is happening in Sri Lanka. So this is the type of a situation. So the LTTE question is now slowly turning into Tamil versus Muslim. And that would definitely have... So 2 or 3 things. One is the Christian versus Muslim, which is also one of the issues in Sri Lanka.
I've been saying this for 25 years. The clash of civilizations between Christianity and Islam is bound to enter India. Is bound to enter India.
Correct.
Because it's a global thing.
Yeah.
And they are funding...
You can't avoid it here.
It's like 2 headquarters and the subsidiaries are aligned against Hindus. The natural thing is for Hindus to tell these subsidiaries that, your parents are at war.
Yes.
Hindus should be educating
them.
That, we're not asking you to fight, whatever you do, but we're educating you that globally the 2 of you are at war. That is the clash of civilizations for the last 1,000 years. And so, why are you aligned against us? That should be the...
Correct. 100% correct, actually.
We'll conclude this, and the next piece will be on the activists who are sort of fly-by-night, all-purpose improvisation, not ideologically grounded activists, and how they are the 6th arm, the 6th camp of the breaking India forces. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here and also hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified. To donate, please click this button.